Welcome back viewers. In today's video, we are going to start with the review of the different Garuda desktops. So the first desktop that we are going to try is the Garuda Cinnamon Linux desktop with the Zen kernel. So let us start. So the passphrase is there because we have done the installation with completely encrypted Luke system. So the whole virtual machine hard disk is encrypted by the Luke's encryption system, and it comes with the MS-DOS partitions. The BTRFS file system is there by default, and the Z standard compression and the Zram is also there by default along with the auto snapshot. So the auto snapshots facility or the feature is enabled by default in any of the Garuda desktops. So the passphrase you have to type, then only the boot will continue. Yes, now it is going ahead. Yes, so we are succeeded in decrypting the system, and you can see here this is the grub menu for the Garuda Linux. So it only comes default with the Linux Zen kernel, no standard kernels are there. So this is the splash screen of Garuda Linux, very beautiful, a very unique splash screen, and you can press escape to see the textual output. You see here the textual output has come, and maybe if we press again the splash escape again, the splash screen will come. Yes. So this Garuda desktops come with lot of inbuilt applications developed by the Garuda team. So those applications, if we do the testing, or I will show you that application, it will take a long time. So what I have decided is, first we will take a look at all the desktops in short, maybe 20-30 minutes video. And for the this Garuda applications developed for the users by the Garuda team, that I will check out the individual application, Garuda application, one by one in the later videos. So by the time we complete the video series on Garuda, you will have a complete idea of what Garuda Linux has to offer, desktops plus the applications. So whenever you do the installation of Garuda desktop and when you do the first booting, the Garuda setup assistant will come up. So I'm not going to go into the detail what Garuda setup assistant will do. That we will do in a separate video. Right now we will just check the desktops quickly. So it is a very big system because there are a lot of many apps are there. So if we go into the apps, Garuda apps for the system maintenance, then it will take a long time. Even 2 hour video will be less. So that those apps will be different and the desktop checking review will be different. So I will just cancel it. So here you can see the Garuda welcome app has now come up. So it consists of the Garuda assistant which we just switched off right now. The Garuda gamer is there. Garuda settings manager is there. Garuda network assistant is there. Garuda boot options is there. System cleaner is there. BTRFS assistant is there. The partition manager is there. Add remove software is there. Website is there. You can just check out the different Garuda websites from here. The Garuda wiki, the Garuda donation page, the Garuda FAQs, Garuda GitLab, and the chaotic AUR. Further down, you can check out the Garuda CRX. So CRX is nothing but the search engine. So Garuda has developed some search engine for the users. Google is there. So instead of Google, they have I think made this Google. So it is more privacy focused. Bitwarden is there. Private bin is there, and the status is there, and you can contact Garuda using this forum link. They are there on the Telegram, Discord, Element, Twitter, and the IRC channels. And you can see here the about and the close button is there, and this is the button to start the setup assistant again. And if you don't want to see the Garuda welcome every time, you can just untick it here and it won't appear at the dialog at the next startup. So we will just check the add remove software. So this is the software manager later on, but what we will do is I will just switch it off. So the Cinnamon Desktop, you can see here, it is completely modified. It doesn't look like the Cinnamon Desktop in any other Linux distribution. The icons, the wallpapers, everything is customized. Nothing, it doesn't look like anything you have seen before in the Cinnamon Desktop. So you see the two icons are there, computer and the trash can, and at the bottom this is the application menu. This looks little bit like the Cinnamon Desktop, but the icons have been completely changed. This is to show you the desktop. So this is minimize all windows button. The Nemo file manager is there. The terminal is there. So you can see here the terminal, which terminal is being used. Let us see. So the GNOME terminal is there, but it has the translucent background, and the icons and the this fonts are totally different. So they give a unique look to this system. You can see here the suite icons have been used. Here Demo file manager 5.6.5 has been used. It looks a totally different file manager than any other file manager. You can see it looks have been totally changed. This is the notification area. You can see here the Garuda system maintenance is there. Maintenance is running in the background. It is updating the keyrings, and the keyrings have been successfully updated. So once you start the system after the during the first boot, the Garuda keyrings will be automatically updated. Next is the printer. So printers, the cups, the printer setup is there. It is already enabled by default. The network manager is there. You can see here, and the Cinnamon calendar is there. Let us check out the different applications. So you get the archive manager, calculator, catfish file search is there, document viewer, firmware installer is there. So if you want, I will just click on this. So that will start the firmware. Yeah, so this is the firmware updater, I think. So nothing has been found. So it looks like the firmware updater. So we will have to close this. So you have to right click on the top bar and choose the close button. So no new devices have been found out. Imageware quantum manager is added, so you can perfectly theme your system to your wishes. Micro is there, so micro is a terminal for you. Not terminal, it is a text editor. Sorry, it is a okay. So it is a GNOME terminal, but I think it was text editor anyway. So it is a terminal. Micro is a terminal. Then Nemo, we have seen the screenshot viewer is there, software tokens are there, text editor is there. Let us check out the text editor. Just check. So Xcd is the text editor, a small lightweight text editor has been added. So they have tried to keep the system very light and responsive. That's why they are using the lightweight text editors. Nothing full blown is given. The USB image writers, the USB stick formatter. So this is there in any Cinnamon desktop. So that is default here also. Virtual keyboard is there, and the Warpinator is there. So Warpinator is a part of Cinnamon desktop. So you can send and receive files over the network. In internet section, you can see the Hawaii SSH server browser, Hawaii VNC server browser, Deluge is there. Deluge is a BitTorrent downloader. FireDragon is there. So FireDragon is the default web browser for Garuda. They have developed this Fire browser. You can see here the FireDragon web browser is opening up. You can do the configurations. You can add extensions to this web browser, and this is the help page for the FireDragon web browser. Let us see it. I think it is heavily modified Mozilla Firefox. Yes, it is a Mozilla Firefox only, but they have removed the privacy breaching features, and they make it more can say privacy respecting Fire browser. See here, it is based on the Firefox only, but it is called FireDragon. They have done the modifications to improve the user privacy, and it is a little bit lighter than the Mozilla Firefox. Rest you can see here all the settings menu looks the same like in Mozilla Firefox. And here in Garuda Linux, you can see all the windows, the closing button, the cross sign is on the left side instead of right. On the right side is the menu items, and here the closing, minimize, maximize buttons are on the left side. So of course you can change it over and make it to the right side again. So that is possible. Modem manager is there. So modem manager has a GUI based modem manager is there. You can see here the, I think, what is this? Multiple modem managers are there available. Network managers also you can see here there are multiple versions or multiple network managers are available, and you can enable or disable the services after activation. Here you can do the settings of the modem manager using the GUI. And we will go ahead. The web apps is there, so you can create any web app from any of the Firefox web page. So if you have got some web page opens, for example your Facebook page of your profile, then you can make a web page out of that, and every time you need not do the login again and again to the web page. You have to just open the web page. The web page will create a shortcut on your desktop, and from there you can directly access your Facebook profile. In programming, meld micro. So micro, yes, you can see here, edit text files in terminal. So it is a light text editor, but it works in a terminal. So it doesn't have a GUI. So it will just open in terminal, and you can edit the files in terminal. So it's very light, and all the applications that are very light have been included in Garuda. So totally the Garuda system becomes very light and responsive, and it works well with the Zram compression, the Z standard compression, and this Zen kernel. So it makes the system ultra light and ultra responsive. Here you can see celluloid is there. So celluloid is the default media player for Cinnamon. They have added Lollipop. MPV media player is there. Pulse audio volume control, the video test utilities, and then in universal access you have got onboard administration. You can see here the typical Cinnamon desktop administration apps are there, along with some Garuda applications. Glitchbit is there. Hawaii Zero browser is there. Color profile viewer is there. In preferences, you can see here the different Cinnamon preferences setting apps are there. For example, extension, effects, display, desktop, dexlets. So everything is there. That is comes typically in a Cinnamon desktop. The hot corners, keyboards, mouse, touchpad, network, notifications, onboard settings, online accounts, panel settings are there. Everything is there. So what we will do is, let us go and check one by one. So the first thing that we will just check Cinnamon related applications, and the Garuda applications we will do separate videos on each of the Garuda application later on. So you have to just go and refresh the apps. So that will refresh the cache for the applets, and you can just install the applets you want. There will be long list of applets. You can see here, we have seen earlier also. So long list of this applets are there, so you can install any of the applets you want. I think few applets are already enabled. Accessibility features, calendar, corner bar, display, expo, favorites is there, group windows, and the inhibit app. So you can install the applets as you want. There is a long list of applets that can be installed. Then in the backgrounds, let us check out the backgrounds. So the GNOME default background is available. This is also GNOME. Same GNOME again. GNOME field is GNOME, I think. Yes, all these are GNOME only. All the GNOME wallpapers are there. This is also GNOME wallpaper, TrueShade, BNC, Wood, And these are the Garuda wallpapers. So right now also there is Garuda wallpaper. We can check out the different Garuda wallpapers. So this is the one Garuda wallpaper. We can check out another one. It's very nice. Beautiful collection of wallpapers. Very different, very beautiful wallpapers are there. All wallpapers mostly all are having the dark background. We cannot check out all wallpapers, but we can do few of them. Yes, so these are the wallpapers. If so done, so I will keep this wallpaper, the last one, and we will now go ahead and check other applications. Bluetooth color. So you have to add your color profile here. So it is the color profile application. Dexlets. So you can see here the Dexlets will be refreshed. So this is the Dexlet that you can add to your desktop. You can see earlier Cinnamon desktop reviews. I have done this. I have added the different Dexlets. So right now only the launcher Dexlet, clock Dexlet, and the photo frame Dexlets have been added. And you can do the settings for this. This is the You can configure the settings for each of this Dexlet by clicking on the cog wheels or the gear wheels. Let us check out the effects. So you can do the window effects from here. Settings are here for the window effects like the window animation speed, minimize windows, resizing the windows, session startup animation, effects on windows, effects on dialog box. Everything you can do it from here. And this is the display configuration. So you already know how the display configuration works. Now the extension. So you have to add more functionality to the Cinnamon desktop, then you have to add the extensions. So there is a long list of extensions available for the Cinnamon desktop. You can add those. For example, let us add this. Now it is installing the transparent panel. You have to go here in the transparent panel, open. You have to add this and you have to enable this. So you can see the bottom panel has become totally transparent. So like this, you have to add the extensions. So extensions will add more features to the desktop. That's it. We will go now further. What anything is pending? Font selection. Garuda settings manager is there. Now this is the general settings. So these are the compositor settings. So Mutter, the Cinnamon compositor or the window manager settings are there. I think hot corners, yes. So you can configure the hot corners, enable any of the hot corners or all the hot corners here, and enabling the right side, top left corner. You can either show all windows, show the desktop, run a command, or show all workspaces. So what we will do is, as you can see, all the 4 workspaces have been shown on the screen. To press the escape key to come back to the original view. So like this, you can enable all the hot corners and specify what action will be executed when the cursor touches that corner. So it will just show you the desktop. So we will go. Now we will check out the preferred applications. So Fire Dragon is the preferred web browser. Multimedia MPV Media Player is the default or the preferred media player for music and videos. For photos, it is the image viewer. For Office, there is no Office suite included. So any of the Garuda Linux desktop, there will be no Office suite. You have to install the Office suite. Office suite is not there. They want to keep the desktop very light. So that is the we can say philosophy behind not including the uh, this Office suite. They only include the document viewer and the text editor. That's it. And the Quantum Manager is there, so you can install and update themes using this. So you have to first you have to download the theme from any of those theming websites, and then you have to just select the Quantum theme folder, and then it will just import the theme from the folder, and that it will get installed. You have to just provide the path to the theme where the folder where you have downloaded the theme, and then it will be installed using the Quantum Theme Manager. So theming has been made very easy in Garuda Linux. Online accounts is there. I will just show you the online accounts. You can add any of the account profiles using this. This application is there only in Cinnamon Desktop and the Gnome Desktop. Empty settings, screensaver is there. You can see here the screensaver is also there. You can customize the screensaver, the looks of the screensaver using this screensaver app. If we have done this, privacy, yes. So this is the privacy features from the Cinnamon Desktop and not from Garuda Linux. Garuda Linux is doing it differently. They are doing it through their apps and through the this Fire Dragon web browser. And this privacy feature, it is by default in Cinnamon Desktop. So you can forget the old files, number of days to remember old files, and all those things are there. Remember the recently accessed files, yes or no. So it is a file-based privacy, and Garuda Linux application is your web-based privacy. And the theming section is also there. So here you can see, you can add, remove the Cinnamon themes. So these are all Cinnamon Desktop themes. You can add, remove those things. You can download extra themes, install it here, and you can just add those things. So right now there is a theme called Warbird. So mouse pointer is Warbird. The application is Sweet Dark. So the Sweet Dark icon theme has been used for the icons in the system. Beauty line is the Sweet Dark is the application theme. So here you can see the window bar application theme, and Beauty line is the icon theme, and the desktop is also Sweet Dark. So there is a Sweet Dark theme for the complete desktop. So this is the Sweet Dark theme with the Beauty line icons, we can say, and the Warbird mouse pointer. Yes, now I'm perfectly describe the theme that is currently installed in Garuda Linux. So this is the default theme, and you can of course change the themes as you wish. That is done. Now we will go further. Anything else is pending? Is the panel. Okay, so this is the panel configuration. So the Cinnamon panel can be heavily customized. You can show all the icons on the left side. You can do it on the center. You can do it on the right side. So all the icons will go to the right side, and all those things. Panel height can be changed. You can add even new panels. You can edit the already available panels. You can make the panel individuality height. You can do a lot of things with the panel. Then window tiling, windows and window tiling is also available. So this is configuration for the windows. and then there will be window tiling also function. Window tiling maximize instead of dragging window to the top edge. So you can enable or disable the window tiling and snapping. And this is the workspace configuration. Enable workspace OSD, allow cycling through workspaces, display expo grid as expo view as a grid. All those settings are there. So this is typical Cinnamon settings. It comes in all Cinnamon desktops, irrespective of the Linux distribution. And finally, the yard settings are there. So you can use this add to create the GUI for the script. So you can create a script in a text file, and then you can attach, you can open that script using a GUI, and then you can execute the script using a GUI also. So that maybe in some video I will show you how to do that, but this is it. This is the yard settings, so or the window settings. So you can create GUI or the window by yourself, and then you can in the background you can make it execute any script or any other function. For example, you can ask it to open the this genome settings or the Cinnamon settings, so it will open up the Cinnamon settings, and you can put that you can say icon or a shortcut for that yard on the desktop. Just one click and it will do the task that has been assigned to it. Now let us check out the system info. So here you can see the operating system is Arch Linux. Cinnamon version is 5.6.8. Linux kernel is 6.2.13-Zen-1-Zen. And this is my system configuration or the system specification. I am using a HP Pavilion gaming laptop with a Ryzen 5 processor and around 4 GB of memory has been allocated to this virtual machine and around 40 GB of hard disk space. Nothing else is there. And the system settings are there. So this is the Cinnamon system settings. So it is there in all Cinnamon boxes. I am not going to go in detail. We already know, we have done this many times. So henceforth, I will not do the, you can say, repetitive task in the review. So you already know. If you want to know, you are new, you can check out my old videos. I'm not going in much details. So I think we have completed and checked out the complete this Cinnamon desktop in Garuda Linux. Yes, we have done everything. Checked out. So if you like this desktop, you can install this on your system. So due to the BTRFS file system auto snapshots, you have to be very you can say, you can be very sure that the system will not break, because Arch Linux people are afraid to install Arch Linux because they know that many updates come and sometimes the update break the system. But this is not going to happen here because of the BTRFS and the auto snapshots. If anything happens, you can roll back your system and it will again boot and it will again work. So it's very stable, and if you can use it as a daily driver, there will be no issue, and you can also become more habituated to the Arch Linux, and uh, then you can continue to use this as your daily driver, just like you use your Ubuntu or a Debian system. So this will be equally stable. There won't be any issues. Just you have to keep in mind, don't stop doing the updates. Whenever the updates are available, you have to do at least once a week, you have to do all the update. If you don't do the update, say for 1 month or 2 months, and then suddenly what happens is there are too many updates to be applied, and some of the updates are we can say in steps. So if you miss one of the steps of the update, the latest update will not install, or it will give trouble because the earlier update has not been installed on the system. There is a big jump in the version number, then will be issue with your system. So don't do that. Just keep updating the system, Arch system, at least once a week, and you will have no issues. And suppose in once in a year, one or two upsets will come, you can just roll back the system and the system is again working, or you can downgrade the version of that troublesome package and the system will again work perfectly. So with that, I will stop the video here. In the next video, we will check out the Garuda Gnome D. Bye bye.